Have you ever felt like you're changing, but you cannot fully explain why? Like things that used to feel normal suddenly don't fit anymore, and part of you wonders if you're losing yourself a little. What if you're not falling apart at all? What if you're becoming more aware? That is what we are going to be talking about today on Infinite You. Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, soul led success coach, and intuitive empowerment guide. And here on Infinite You, I help you shift your inner patterns and beliefs and identity that are currently shaping your life so you can consciously create and attract the reality you want to experience from a new story, a new paradigm, a new set of beliefs and programs. So welcome, everyone. And if this message resonates with you, I would love for you to hit subscribe, hit like, and definitely comment at the end. I will ask you to comment at the end. Tell me what you think about this video. But let's dive right in. There have been seasons in my life, and I see this constantly with the women that I work with, where awareness starts expanding, and at first it doesn't feel peaceful. It feels actually a little bit confusing. You start noticing things you've never noticed before. You feel more sensitive. Certain conversations, environments, or even goals that once motivated you start to feel off. And because humans like stability and our bodies and our nervous systems like stability, the mind starts asking, why do I feel so different all of a sudden? And here is what is really happening. Awareness is both a cognitive shift and an energetic one. And when you start discovering more about who you truly are, your values, your aligned beliefs with soul, the identity that is reflective of your inner essence and authenticity, your natural alignment toward that, your deeper truth, your system naturally begins moving toward higher coherence. And when your inner world becomes more coherent, your energy definitely begins to change. Your vibration changes, your frequency changes, your perspective shifts. Your awareness is very real in what you now can detect and see or feel that wasn't even on your radar before. Your nervous system starts to reorganize what no longer fits, and that can make you feel, I think, isolated, misunderstood, different from the people around you, or possibly even a little bit crazy. But you're not. You're just becoming more aware. And so I want to tell you today that there are 5 signs that can help you just sort of understand where you are on your journey, your level of awareness, you're shifting, you're growing, you're evolving, you're expanding, right? That is why we're here on the planet, to expand our consciousness as individual sovereign souls, for sure. And then we absolutely contribute to the expansion of the collective consciousness in the same way. So here are 5 signs that you can, just sort of notice, keep in your repertoire, in your conscious awareness, so you know that you are absolutely guided. You are on a path of self-discovery, of evolving and becoming. So the first sign is the things that you used to enjoy now kind of feel draining. And it's not because there's anything wrong with you. It's just that your energy is no longer aligned with what once felt normal. You also will begin to notice patterns, like I mentioned, that you never saw before. You start seeing how people react. You start noticing how you react, how certain dynamics might keep repeating, right? Awareness definitely is turning the light on, and it is not a one-time deal, right? This is an ever-evolving thing. I've been doing this work a very long time in the world with clients, with other people, but for sure with myself, my journey has been a part of my lifelong evolvement, as it has been for all of us. And I still like notice little tiny things that I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm going to go down that path. Awareness turns the light on. It continues to just sort of turn a light on, another aha moment. And once you see it, you just cannot unsee it. And that is so beautiful. It is a part of your growing, your evolving, your natural tendency toward expansion. And then, of course, another sign is that you feel more sensitive to your environments. You feel more sensitive to noise, to energy, to frequency, vibration, to, even things like what you're watching, what you're reading, even media and like all the world events that are happening right now, right? That has a very distinct frequency. All of it can feel heavier or misaligned. And it is definitely, again, not a weakness. This is really about your increased awareness. And another sign that you might be moving into a different level of awareness. The things that you were chasing suddenly feel empty or absolutely irrelevant at this point. And this can be scary because goals often give us something to identify with, right? Goals are part of our identity. And all of a sudden we're shifting and moving and we're thinking, I don't feel the same way anymore. I want to tell like a really weird, quick anecdotal story. It reminds me of, this is a long time ago. I was probably like in my early 30s at the time. And a friend gave me a book that she had read. And I'm not going to mention the author, but it was definitely like a romance novel. And I had this whole like night planned of getting home from work, pouring a glass of wine, getting into a bubble bath, reading this book. And I opened the pages and I started reading it. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot read one more sentence of this. Like, it was just like, not me, not vibrationally resonant, just completely irrelevant and empty for me at that point. And I thought, oh my gosh, okay, so what worked for me 10 years ago is not who I am today. And we all notice that, right? Like as we go on, like from year to year, decade to decade, as I can say. But again, it's actually, a beautiful sign that you are evolving. And the last sign that you are evolving is this awareness, this beautiful level of awareness you have. You feel between versions of yourself. You're not who you used to be, but you're not fully rooted into that new version yet. And so relationships may feel different. Your interests may shift. The things that you used to do easily, you just kind of sort of struggle with because you cannot see that same vision in your mind's eye. So your visions may be shifting. The bigger picture, your dreams, your goals, desires, all may be shifting. And life definitely just feels like it's in a transition. And that in-between space for sure can feel strange, but it is a really powerful place to be because now you're learning a new level of awareness about yourself, and you get to just breathe and have that little tiny bit sigh of relief that everything is growing, expanding, changing, evolving in a really powerful, cool way. And this is really what most people don't talk about. Remember that when awareness expands, the old version of reality stops feeling comfortable. And that does not mean, of course, like I said, that you're lost. It means that your inner reality is just in shifting mode. It's in transformational mode. And you're becoming more coherent with who you actually are at 5D, at the soul level, at the superconscious level. And coherence really does change everything. Your decisions change, your energy changes, and eventually your external reality begins to reflect that shift. So if you recognize yourself in this video, I want you to try something really simple. Instead of asking, what is wrong with me? Ask, what am I becoming aware of right now? That one question will move you from fear and uncertainty to clarity, to curiosity, and to a new level of becoming and decision making. And you know that all of this energy and awareness and new insight will just keep you moving forward in a really great way. And this is exactly what we explore here on this channel. So if you are learning to navigate and understand and explore your awareness, your transformation, your shifting, so you can move into alignment and really consciously create your reality from that space, go ahead, hit subscribe. I talk about this twice a week, every Sunday and every Tuesday, and then sometimes I throw in another video every once in a while, in between Sunday and Tuesday. And if you would like deeper support, for sure, join my free newsletter. I share weekly insights and reflections to help you stay grounded as you shift. And for sure, I also offer, new program offerings, digital, all of that good stuff. And if you are ready to actively practice this work in a really great community and a really great supportive space where you can align, lose limits, create new programs so your inner reality is matching and consciously creating your outer reality, join me inside Infinite You on the School platform. I will put the links below in the description box. So remember, when all this shifting and transformation is going on and you are just noticing it all, you know that you are definitely not falling apart. You are becoming more aware, and that is a beautiful thing. Awareness can feel messy before it feels clear, and that is okay. But every time you notice more, you move closer to who you truly are. So trust the process. Your inner reality is already shifting, and I am so glad you're here, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful morning, day, evening, wherever you are catching this video, and I will see you all soon. Namaste.